It was a fast-moving brush fire in Tattnall County that nearly turned dangerous, coming within just yards of homes and outbuildings.
Flames scorched close to 200 acres near Elza District and Old River Road, forcing multiple agencies to jump in as dry, windy conditions helped the fire spread quickly. WSAV's Sarah Smith is in Tattnall County with how crews got it under control.
Nearly 200 acres touched by fire, and you can still see flames in some spots. Fire crews are continuing to work through dry and windy conditions as they try to manage hot spots.
The flames were probably 20+ feet in the air, and he said it was just a wall of fire that went across that highway. And and he said it was, you can't stop it.
A close call Wednesday as flames crept up towards nearby homes and other structures in Tattnall County. The fire stretching nearly 200 acres in the area of Elza District and Old River Roads. It spread so fast and was so large, multiple agencies had to respond, including the Georgia Forestry Commission.
They worked some pretty long hours yesterday, and they do have fire breaks around the perimeter of the fire. We do still have crews there today working to strengthen those lines.
But they're fighting windy and dry conditions as the entire state is in a drought.
It takes just the tiniest little spark. Something as simple as pulling your hot car over into tall grass can ignite a wildfire that gets, it travels extremely fast.
This fire stems from a controlled burn earlier in the week that reignited, according to the Tattnall County Commission Chairman Bill Kicklighter. And it comes just days after the Tattnall County Commission passed a resolution banning outdoor burning of yard debris until further notice.
This is probably the second worst drought that I have ever encountered. We hope people will recognize and honor the burn ban.
Officials will continue to watch conditions over the coming days. Now, the burn ban will remain in effect until the commissioners are told the drought has improved. Reporting in Tattnall County, I'm Sarah Smith, WSAV News 3, on your side.
Well, parched grounds, gusty winds, now burn bans spreading across several counties, all signs of this drought that we're dealing with. The question is that everybody's mind right now, when could we finally see some relief? Well, Chief Meteorologist Scott Roberts is here tracking it for us.
Yeah, unfortunately, there is not any relief in the near term, and the extended range forecast going into the summertime. Yes, there might be some relief at that point, May and into June, but until then, the dry conditions will prevail. And when we have the strong winds like today, sustained winds 5 to 15 miles per hour up to 20 miles per hour with gusts even higher, it does not take much for those fires to start and spread quickly. Active fires around the southeast, Georgia and South Carolina. The red spots are active fires as of 6 o'clock this evening. You can see the smoke plumes with that northeasterly flow. So the fires are out there, so definitely be careful, even though we won't be in a critical fire risk over the next few days. With the drought persisting and expanding northward as far as the extreme drought, fire conditions will become more prevalent, especially in the southwestern part of the area where the exceptional drought is starting to expand as well. And that's a D4. Exceptional drought means a very high fire risk, and also water shortages start to become a greater possibility. We'll talk more about our local forecast coming up.
Scott, thank you. New at 6, an arrest has been made in connection to a deadly shooting in Hampton County. The Hampton County Sheriff's Office says 20-year-old Mandrell Garvin is now facing several charges, including murder. Investigators say 28-year-old Antonio Griffin was shot multiple times on April 4th on Orchard Road in the Luray area. Garvin is charged with murder and possession of a weapon during the commission of a violent crime.
And a former private security guard now facing serious charges after state investigators say he engaged in inappropriate sexual conduct with a student while working at a local high school. According to the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division, 29-year-old Austin Thompson charged today with sexual battery with a student who's 16 years of age, as well as contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Authorities say Thompson was working as a contracted private security officer assigned to indoor security at May River High School in Bluffton at the time. Now, according to the report, the alleged incidents happened in October of last year, both off school grounds and after school hours. Detectives allege Thompson had sexual contact with this teen 3 times during that time period. Thompson was taken into custody and booked into the Beaufort County Detention Center.
New at 6, the Savannah Police Department has made an arrest in a deadly shooting that happened last month. 26-year-old Malik Frazier was arrested today in connection to a fatal shooting that happened on March 1st on Echols Street just before 12:45 that morning. One man died in that shooting from multiple gunshots. Frazier is charged with felony murder, 3 counts of aggravated assault, and possession of a firearm during the commission of a crime.
In Statesboro, police are investigating a recent spike in property crimes right near Paulson Stadium. Now they're asking the public to help identify multiple suspects who are linked to the cases. WSAV's Evan Smoke has the latest on what investigators say is behind this increase in activity.
Here on Lanier Drive, Statesboro PD tells me there's been an uptick in minor crimes since the beginning of the year. Captain Jared Akins tells WSAV that the department has received multiple reports for property damage or burglary in apartments around Lanier Drive and have seen an uptick in activity since January. He adds that most of the people responsible have been juveniles or young adults, with some being under 10.
You have folks like the child that we dealt with several days ago who's 8 and who is caught doing an enter an auto, stealing money from a car over there. So it runs the whole gambit. And again, we're talking about people that are not necessarily related to one another or necessarily know one another. It just seems to be, there seems to be enough people living in this one area of that particular age and demographic.
There are multiple ways to report information on these cases. For more details, go to our website, WSAV.com. Reporting in Statesboro, Evan Smoke, WSAV News 3, on your side.
Continuing coverage now, a judge has dismissed a lawsuit filed by several Sapelo Island residents challenging a rezoning ordinance in the historic community. Now questions are being raised about what the decision means for future development. WSAV's Isley Herschel spoke with officials, and she is joining us now with how the community can still weigh in.
Tina, Andrew, that's right. A county commissioner with Sapelo Island made it clear to me that this dismissal will not impact efforts to change the zoning ordinance. This lawsuit was originally filed by residents of Sapelo Island in October of 2023. It was one of several efforts to challenge a rezoning ordinance passed earlier that year, which would have changed the maximum square footage of homes that can be built on the island from 1,400 square feet to 3,000 square feet. Members of the Galiagigi community have expressed concerns that the change could alter the island's character and increase property taxes, potentially displacing residents. Earlier this year, the rezoning ordinance was overturned in a referendum. However, McIntosh County officials, including Commissioner Roger Lotson, are still working on new zoning proposals. Lotson says the lawsuit dismissal will not impact those efforts. He says he's working with the community to find a new square footage limit above 1,400 that satisfies residents.
Listening to the citizens to help us determine what that number is. We've yet not made a final determination on that. We have some ideas in our head based upon the feedback that we've gotten from the listening sessions and emails. We're going to take that information and present something to the citizens, as well as listen to what they say at the public hearings before we are able to come up with a final plan.
Watson says the dates of the 2 formal hearings will be announced soon, but in the meantime, citizens of Sapelo Island can also submit written feedback to be entered into records. We have details on how to do that on our website, WSAV.com. Isley Herschel, WSAV News 3, on your side.
Now, Time Saver Traffic, sponsored by Arrowhead Clinic, the accident doctors, where it pays to get well.
This Thursday evening in our Time Saver Traffic Report, we've been dealing with some issues heading westbound along Interstate 16.